Hello. Welcome to CIS-111 Basic PC Literacy. My name is Mark Grover and I'll be your instructor this semester. So I'm going over a brief interview of our syllabus, and I'm covering the syllabus for both my online classes and my face-to-face. So you'll notice a couple similarities and a couple differences, but that's okay. First of all, I am Mark Grover. I'm your instructor. My office is in the McKeithen Center at the North Campus in room NA220. My office phone number is 910-362-7643. But the best way to reach me this summer is via email. And my email address is mjgrover444@mail.cfcc.edu. My office hours are by appointment over the summer because I'm not mandated to have office hours. So if you need to meet with me for any reason, please contact me, preferably via email, so we can arrange a time if you're having some problems. So let's take a look at the syllabus real quick. First of all, you'll see it starts off by covering some general education competencies that are being incorporated. And you can feel free to read over those. But the core course description states that what we're going to do is place some emphasis on the use of personal computers and software applications for personal and workspace use. So when you get done in this class, you should be able to demonstrate basic personal computer skills. So if we look at the course objectives, you'll see that it's all about using the computer to solve problems and to do things. But what we're going to see right here, it says we're going to use the Microsoft Office Professional. And we are learning the Microsoft Office 2010 suite of programs. We're going to focus on Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Now we're not going to just focus on Word and Excel and PowerPoint only. We're going to learn some essential computer concepts, a little bit of computer security, and we're going to go over kind of some basic things we need to know about how the computer communicates with us through binary and things like that as well. So course prerequisites. There are none. So everybody should be good to take this class. Now one thing I will point out, if you're looking to take this class for college transfer credit, you actually need to be in the CIS 110 version of this class, not 111. Okay? So the required textbook. Now, if you've taken this class before, you'll note that there's been a change in the textbook. So if you found a friend and thought you could borrow a book, well, I'm sorry. This semester, we're starting with a brand new book. And it's the Computer Concepts and Microsoft Office 2010 Illustrated Bundle. It is available at the bookstore. And it has kind of this green with a zebra on the cover. Okay? Now, with the book, you also need a SAM access code. Now, what SAM is this the Skills Assessment Manager, and this is the tool that we use to actually take our tests and do a lot of our homework activities for this class. Now, under required hardware, if you're in my face-to-face class, you'll need to bring at least a 1 gig USB flash key every time you come to class. But if you're at home, you don't have that requirement. Okay? Performance expectations and attendance. Okay? So there's a lot of self-directed work that occurs in this class, things that you're going to do on your own. So you can expect to work 1 to 1.5 hours outside of class per meeting session. Now obviously if you're working from home, you need to just make sure you budget your time. But don't wait until the last minute. Because I find a lot of students, especially in an online class, have a tendency of waiting to the last day and then finding out, wow, that was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. So, for our online students, when you come on campus, here's some of the rules. For my face-to-face students, here are the class and lab rules. First of all, you need to have your cell phones turned off or set to vibrate. So, I don't tolerate cell phone use during class. I find it very disruptive. Just don't care for it, including texting. When I grew up, a phone was something that hung on the wall. So when we come to class, let's just not use our phones. So no food or drink is allowed in the labs. Okay, and we need to stay or keep in mind the CFCC acceptable use policy when it comes to using our computers here on campus. And of course, it goes without saying that you can't bring your kids to class. Okay. We do have a tobacco use policy, and I'll let you go over that yourself. And then we come to the academic honesty portion of the syllabus. Okay? So basically what this means is I do not tolerate cheating in any way, shape, or form. Okay? And you can read that over at the CFCC catalog and student handbook. What you'll see is if I catch you cheating, you can receive an F for the class. All right? So cheating includes copying somebody else's work and passing it off as your own. So just don't cheat. Make sure you're doing your own work. The student accounts portion basically mentions the fact that we're going to use our Cape Fear email as our primary way of communicating with each other. So if you have to send me an email, please use your CFCC email address. Now, if you would please also tell me what section you're in, because I teach multiple sections of this class. I want to make sure that when I receive your email, I'm able to answer your question not only quickly, but to know which class you're in. Now, if you have special needs, so you have a disability or something, we have disability support services available here on campus. So definitely get in touch with them if you have some special accommodations or some needs that need to be addressed. So now let's talk about some attendance requirements. Okay? So the attendance requirements for an online class and a face-to-face are a little bit different. So let's talk about online attendance first. So class entry. One of the things that you'll need to do is you need to complete the enrollment verification exercise. Now the question is, what is that? What do I need that for? So as a distance learning student, we need some way to provide our auditors proof that you've been in this class, that you participated, that you're doing something. And the way we do that is to have you do an exercise, okay? And then that now reports you as being active in the class. Otherwise, I have to report you as a no-show. You never showed up to class, all right? So you need to be completing the enrollment verification exercises as it's posted. And then the attendance, you need to have progressive progress through this class. Because if at any point you get to where you've missed 20% of the total coursework, where you've not submitted any exercises, not progressed at all in this class, then it's no different than a face-to-face student not coming to class as well. Right? So you need to make sure you're completing the assignments in a timely manner. And then, of course, if you decide, hey, this is a little bit more than what I thought it was going to be, I need to withdraw from this class, then you can definitely do that, and you can contact me via email stating that you want to leave this class. Now, if you're in a face-to-face class, all right, so you're coming to my class face-to-face. Attendance, we need to make sure we're attending at least 80% of the classes, all right, the 80% of the stated class time, or you automatically receive an F. We have no control over that. That's a state mandate, all right, so you need to be in class. And in the withdrawal process here, if you're face-to-face, you need to make sure you get a withdrawal form, and I sign that for you, okay? Then we reach the excused absences for religious purposes, and I'll let you read that. If that applies to you, definitely we can work together on that as well. Now it gets us to the grading scale and exam grade distribution. Now this will be a little bit different between an online student and a face-to-face student. So if you're a face-to-face student, make sure you look over the syllabus that you've been issued. But for just a moment, let's look at the online version. All right, so an online student, your first 4 exams you're going to take are going to be worth 10% apiece. All right, with the enrollment verification that you're required to complete, worth 1%. And then your assignments will be worth 19%, and your finals worth 40%. Now the question is, why is it weighted like it is? Well, in an online class, you're told, and you'll see in bold right here under the exam listing, that all exams are closed book, no notes, no help. Well, at home, it's really easy to open the book up and there's nobody there to watch you. So I am asking you, to do the right thing. All right. Honesty is the best policy, and we need to make sure we're following the rules. So do not use your notes or your book or anything like that when you're doing a test. Because it's kind of ironic when people come on campus to take their final and they've been scoring hundreds and they fail a final, it's quite obvious that you've been cheating. So let's not do that. So the 4 exams you're going to take, the first one is going to cover essential computer concepts and Windows 7. All right? What's a computer? What's all the different functions of a computer? What's an operating system? Some file management, a little bit of binary, and some computer security type things. All right? The second exam is going to cover Microsoft Word, the things that we do and learn how to use Microsoft Word. The third exam is going to cover Microsoft Excel. The fourth exam is going to cover PowerPoint. All right? And then the final is cumulative. Okay? It's going to cover a little bit of everything that you've learned the entire semester. Okay? And remember, we are using the 2010 edition of the Microsoft Office Suite. Okay? Now, you are expected to take the test on the day they're administered. All right? If you can't, you need to pre-arrange with me. Okay? But the final exam must be done on the final exam day. I can't have a makeup. There's deadlines imposed on me for having grades turned in, so we need to complete them when they need to be done. Okay? So your assignments. The majority of your assignments will be in the Skills Assessment Manager, or what we call SAM. All right? And you're going to be given multiple attempts to do these different assignments. Okay? You have to score a 76 or better to receive credit. Basically, I use a pass-fail system. You get a 76, you get full credit for the assignment. Just the same as if you got 100. If you got a 75, you don't get credit for the assignment at all. So it's a pass-fail system. It's real simple to understand. You're given multiple opportunities to do these things, so do them until you score the required score. Now, I will take the highest score. So if you choose that, hey, I want to try it again just to see if I understand the questions, you can do any assignment to get a better grade. But once you have that minimum one score of 76, then you're A-OK. All right? I do have a disclaimer in here that I did the best I could to explain exactly what I'm asking of you. And, you know, if there's little changes, this is kind of like my out. So I'm going to try to keep things as close to the syllabus as possible. Okay? So the final portion of this kind of goes through a pacing guide. What do you need to do? When do you need to do it? How quickly do I need to move to stay in sync with all the due dates that are imposed? All right. So here you'll see week 1, May 22nd. You have the course introduction and handouts. All right. And we're going to move through Unit A of the book. Okay. So that's pages 2 through 26. Not a whole lot. And then you'll see week 2, we're moving through pages 28 through 80. A little bit more material. You kind of get the drift. Just follow the sequence of weeks all the way through till you see the final here. All right. Kind of let you know exactly what's expected and how quickly you have to move. So that's the syllabus. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can definitely send me an email. All right, if we go back to the beginning, here's my email address one more time. It's mjgrover444@mail.cscc.edu. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you this summer.